the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. Hope y'all ready for this one. All that and more coming up next.
From the West Coast, we're coming to you live from the NFL's newest and the world's most expensive stadium. State-of-the-art SoFi here in Inglewood, California. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Personnel is out. Everyone's ready to get this one going. And here we go from LA. Here's Greg Dortch with the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here are the Cardinals now, headed out for their first drive. And they'll be led out by a #1 pick out of Oklahoma. One of the game's better runners, it's Kyler Murray.
One of the beauties of the quarterback position is it's not cookie cutter. QBs come in all different shapes and sizes. Some are 5'10", some are 6'6". Some are better on the run, some are better in the pocket. For Kyler Murray, man, he is at his best when he's playmaking. When his athleticism, that dual threat nature comes to life, that is when he is typically a defense's worst nightmare.
First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. It was the rookie from LSU that time on the tackle.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
2nd and 10 now. Into the hands of Michael Wilson. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Cardinals first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Murray here on 1st down. Makes the connection to James Conner. They'll have him gain about a handful there. Jared Verse on the tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Murray. Taken in by Harrison. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
They'll run it here. It's James Conner. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Kyler throwing here. Setting up the running back screen. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Kyler to throw. That's complete. Here's Conner. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Opening drive going according to plan. This is 1st and 10 at the 36. Handoff goes to Connor, running left. And they're going to stop him after he runs it inside the 35. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Play action now, Murray. That's complete to Wilson. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
The 1st down carry for Connor. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, 2nd down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Catch is made in close. And in for the Arizona touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Matt Prater for the point after try. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cardinals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Prater on to send it away. Here's Smith on the return. And look at this return. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. So here come the Rams on offense, ready for their opening drive. And leading them out to one of the game's all-time leading passers, the top pick back in 2009. Still going strong, it's Matthew Stafford.
Stafford just continues to fight off injuries, and he continues to battle father time. And it is remarkable. There's a lot of quarterbacks as we see him age. We see the arm fall apart. We see the wear in the tear and the velocity disappear. You're just not seeing that with Stafford. You can question how long the journey may continue, but you cannot question how productive he is when he's on that field.
First snap, and Stafford's going to throw. Caught. Cooper Kupp makes the play. And he'll get it up to the 44. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. A quarter down, 3 more to go for these NFC West opponents. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to Inglewood in just a moment. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Rams football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Throw finds DeMarcus Robinson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They strike for 23 yards. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. The first carry now for Kyron Williams. He finds space into the red zone. And he's finally taken down at the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it brings up an LA first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
From the red zone now. That's on target, Puka Nacua. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
On second down, a run with Williams. And all that for a single yard. What an effort to get what he could there. They pick up a yard. Still need one more, though. Third down coming up.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And that's a Los Angeles touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
On comes Joshua Carty to try the extra point. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals and Kyler Murray set to take over. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. First and 10 now from the 30. Running to start this drive with Connor. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Wilson on the slant. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And it'll be first down, Arizona.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Connor here from the gun. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. The Cardinals driving. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Operating from the gun, here's Murray. Into traffic, complete. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
The Rams showing a nickel look. Third down coming up. That pass is complete to McBride. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. Now Kyler. Wilson's got it. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
On 1st and 10, it's Murray. He brings it in. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Back to the air. Murray. He's got it. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. Arizona goes ahead and calls its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Connor. Runs it in. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals get some late points and the lead. It's a James Conner touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Prater on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cardinals break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Prater on to send it away. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. The Rams headed back after their 2nd drive now. And with all their timeouts remaining, Brock, they may be able to put a little something together here before halftime. Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. 1st and 10. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. Finds his target, Robinson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Stafford from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And we'll see what they do here on second down. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody.
Yeah.
And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Almost the completion of the wrong team there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Now Stafford again. His pass caught by Nakua. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. But that's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
On comes Joshua Carty and the Rams field goal unit to try it on 4th down. It's on the left hash, 46 yards out. Sly's kick is up and good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. He stopped on the return at the 27. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. That brings us to halftime. Just a 4-point game thus far. Now we'll jump from the West Coast to the East Coast, down to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We watched the veteran James Conner put together a very solid first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. Now Prater on to send it away. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Los Angeles getting its offense set to go to begin the 3rd. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Zaven Collins in on the tackle.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. He's trying to lay it in deep along the right. He's got it. Looks like the feet are in bounds too. Oh, I don't believe it. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Stafford now on first down. He's loaded another one up. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Shotgun snap to Stafford. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Throwing is Stafford on third. He's on the move. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that first down.
On comes Joshua Carty and the Rams field goal unit to try it on fourth down. This from 40 on the right hash. Slide's kick is up and good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Dallas with a return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. They'll take over at the 39-yard line. Nice return there. The Cardinals in possession of it once again. The Cardinals with some nice field position to start off this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Straight ahead, it's Connor. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Tossing this out to Connor. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Murray on 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
So on 4th down now, Blake Gillikin gets the call to punt it away for the Cardinals. And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. No return on that punt. And the Rams will take possession. The Rams set to go on offense once more. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Stafford. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 27.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. From the 27. That's a reception for Tyler Higbee. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. Fits it through the middle. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st and 10 from the 41. Stafford. That one complete to Higbee. He's got to gain a 6 there. Brought to the ground by Kaiser White.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's Stafford. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Rams football. They trail late, but this game's still very much in reach. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Up the gut they go with Williams. And he runs this one down to the 22-yard line. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. To throw, Stafford. Complete out to the right. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Give to Williams from the gun. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
3rd and just 2 to go. He's back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Well, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket, but they're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. Stafford now. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes, incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
So the incompletion on first, here's second and goal. They pick the handoff now, Stafford. And this is going to be an LA touchdown. The Rams take a fourth quarter lead. Cooper Kupp the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
All right, here we go. Huge play for the Rams, going for two. He's throwing for it. And the two-point pass falls incomplete. Would have felt more comfortable, obviously, with a 7-point lead, but they have to settle for 5.
Going to be a little armchair quarterback after that call. Looked like the defense knew exactly what was coming.
The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Dallas with a return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Cardinals offense making its way out. They find themselves down here in the fourth after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Murray. Escapes the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Murray. He completes it in traffic. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Murray here on 1st down. Gets this one to Harrison. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Shotgun handoff to Connor. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. It's the 2-minute warning here in LA. Cardinals facing a 5-point deficit. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Back to throw it. This is reeled in by Wilson. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's a Cardinals first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Back to throw. Completed over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. The Cardinals deciding to use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first. Setting up to pass. That pass is complete to McBride. And he's brought down after a short gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's tackled for a short gain.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. To throw. McBride hauls it in. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Now a big play for the Cardinals as they go for 2. Here he is to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. And he's going to be taken down for the sack. They can't even get a throwaway on that 2-point try. Ooh, this is so tough, Brock. You understand what he was trying to do, make something happen, ended up outside the pocket, but even some added creativity can't yield 2 points here.
You get down here on these 2-point conversions, the real estate just gets gobbled up in a hurry. Not only for the QB, but the receivers as well. Only so much time to try to make something work before that defender said, "Not in my house."
Now Prater on to send it away. Here's Smith on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. The Rams and Matthew Stafford set to go back on offense. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense.
Trailing by 1 score late here, Caden. Maybe this is the return. Maybe this is what helps them get right back into it. Good field position now to start their most important series yet of this game.
Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Finds his back, Kyron Williams. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Quick slant taken in by Nakua. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Third and just 2 to go. Throwing now. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Now the offense going to take its third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Time not on their side here as they get set for first down. No timeouts remaining either. Now Stafford again. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the red zone. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Arizona goes ahead and calls its second timeout. Still one more in their pocket to use. This one of the biggest moments of the game for Joshua Carty. This a 39-yarder from the left hash. That one is good! And they're going to take the lead inside the final minute.
I know that was a kick he could make in his sleep, but with the game on the line, he delivered.
The Rams kicking team is ready. Then they're going to send this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Rams make the play that should win them this game. Well, great team defense here. Somebody hit him in there, caused that pass to float on him a bit, and it gave the linebacker time to race in and make the interception.
And you know what team stands for, right? T-E-A-M. Together, everyone achieves more. It took all of them together. Took that rush to impact the quarterback and took that linebacker to deliver on the other end a critical takeaway.
Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on first down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out. Well, they waited right until the end to use this final timeout. Only 6 seconds left on the clock. A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. He's down to a knee, and the Rams getting ready to celebrate this win.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So make a check in that win column for the Rams. And they got the field goal when it mattered most, and that kicked the difference in the game and what lets them leave here with a victory. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Rams are winners as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.